Sup?
What a great, professional way to open a pod.
You think?
Sup, man? Sup, bruh?
How's it going, bros?
Sup, bruh? Welcome to the back row,
You just
bruh.
spit in my face.
Good.
I hate you.
And I'm here too.
Yes.
We have a special guest.
Yes, welcome to the
on this
Halloween
episode.
special of the back row.
A special guest on the special.
Special guest on our first special on Halloween.
That's awesome.
Yeah, our Halloween special is on Halloween. This is our special guest. Introduce yourself, special guest.
Hey, I'm Drake.
Great.
Hi, Drake.
Hi, Drake.
Welcome to the back row.
Well, I'm not quite all the way up there. I'm on the second back row.
He's like in the row ahead of us.
Yeah, there was a rope and they wouldn't let me in.
Yeah, you gotta be. You're not as famous as we are. So.
VIP access. We'll get you there, though.
One day,
We'll get
one
you in the VIP booth.
Tell us some stuff about you, Drake. Because the funny thing is, we don't know anything about you.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to always just invite strangers on in to come mess up your podcast.
Yeah. Well, hey, you're the one who's like, hey, man.
I was.
You want to be? I'm interested in joining the podcast. And we're like,
was.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a student here just like them. And they said podcast, and I said, what's up? Now I'm here.
Dude, that's exactly how it went.
I know.
It sounds like a joke, short version, but that's
Yeah.
just the whole story.
It really is.
I'm ready to talk about Halloween starring Lindsay Lohan's mom.
From Freaky Friday. You know, it's crazy. I hate Mean Girls, but I love Freaky Friday.
How do you hate Mean Girls?
I know. I'm
All
like
right,
the
this is
only
a Mean
person in the
Girls
world.
podcast
This is now a Mean Girls podcast.
We're not talking about Halloween anymore.
Screw Halloween. We're talking about well, there's a Halloween party in Mean Girls, so it fits.
And
So
what
it's
was the
fit.
thing? He asked me what day it was on October 5th. Hey, what day is it?
October 3rd.
Is
all
it-
right?
was
It's
it the
October
3rd?
3rd.
See?
Get your Mean Girls trivia right.
I don't like it. Why would I want to do that?
How can
I know, I haven't seen the movie since it came out.
how
so
can you
maybe
be a-
I will
how can you be a
rewatch
true
it,
Mean Girl
and then we'll do another
if you
episode
don't know? Yeah,
on Mean Girls.
that would be wonderful. We'll invite Drake back because he obviously knows his stuff about Mean Girls.
Well, no, because we talked. I was serious about having Claire on for Mean Girls
Well, yeah.
if she wants to do it.
People don't know who Claire is. That's a friend of ours. But yeah, this is our Drake. Tell us about some more about yourself.
Some more about me.
What do you
Yeah,
study?
introduce yourself.
They know we're TV broadcast.
We want to know about Drake. What's going on in here, man? For the audience, I'm pointing at my heart.
What's going on in there?
What's going on in your
Nobody
heart, man?
wants to know what's going
I
on
wanna
in your heart, Jacob.
There's a lot of anime in there.
I'm going for filmmaking
Oh.
and
Metal.
then minoring in multimedia production.
Metal.
I don't have very many plans. Just gonna hop on some small production company, hopefully,
Mhm.
and go from there.
What's your favorite movie, Drake?
Oh boy, I'd say my favorite recent movie that really caught me off guard. I didn't see any trailer about it or anything. I went and saw Django Unchained with my brother.
Oh, that was so good.
I never got to
was-
catch that.
It was fantastic. It
Mhm.
was the best movie to just completely catch me off guard.
Did you catch the cameo in A Million Ways to Die? Is it A Million Ways to Die in the West?
Oh, you mean that awful?
Oh, I
movie
didn't. Yeah,
that-
I didn't see that.
You didn't see that? I think it was a post-credit scene where Django walks up and shoots this very racist shooting game,
Uh-huh.
and he just kills it, and I love it.
That rules.
That Jacob,
Jamie Foxx.
yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
Jamie Foxx is good. You know,
Sings good too.
Seth
MacFarlane
MacFarlane
is a genius, and
No.
you better watch your mouth.
Yeah, he's a genius because he makes jokes about cancer and stuff.
It's
That's
not
really-
no.
What
It's
was-
so much more than
What was
that.
the other movie he made that was a western that was not great?
Oh, it's Seth MacFarlane?
Yeah, he was in a western. Was that movie?
A Million
Yeah, it
Ways
was
to
A
Die
Million Ways to Die in the West.
Yeah,
Oh,
where they also had
for some
Doc
reason I was
Brown
thinking it was
from Back to the
Two
Future.
separate movies.
that not good Crazy 8 movie or
The Hateful Eight?
yeah, Hateful Eight or whatever.
Oh, no, you mean the parody of The Hateful Eight? The one with Adam Sandler?
yeah,
The
the other,
Oh, the Ridiculous Six.
the other terrible. Movie.
Yeah, that was not good.
Yeah.
I know I love Adam Sandler, but that movie.
I
was
used to.
difficult.
He used to be funny.
Dang.
He
Have
used to be
you
really
seen The
funny.
Cobbler?
No.
It's very touching. It's like it's a funny but touching movie, and I love it.
What's
Well,
it
I already
about?
got that.
It's
50
about
First Dates.
it's about this guy who
Is it
you know
Adam
he's
Sandler?
a shoe cobbler, so people bring in their shoes. They're like,
Who is
hey,
it?
can you fix this?
Is it Adam Sandler?
Yeah, of
is
course.
he the cobbler?
Yes.
Does he make a stupid voice?
No.
Oh, I'm a shoe cobbler.
Stop it. Anyway, the shop that he works at was his dad's, and he's also taking care of his mother, who I think has got like dementia or Alzheimer's.
Mm.
Is it a serious role?
Like I said, it's touching,
It's
but
like
it's funny
like
too.
one of his roles in 50 First Dates. It
Okay.
sounds like 50 First Dates.
I mean,
What was
it's
that
not.
Kid, what was that kid movie he did?
Oh, Eight Crazy Nights, the one about Hanukkah.
No.
That wasn't a kid
It
movie.
was-
Oh,
It
the
was
the
very
bedtime
good.
story
Yeah.
one.
Oh, I like that
Yeah.
movie.
I never caught that.
It was crazy.
Yeah, was not interested.
I liked it.
Ooh-wee. It's Adam
But yeah.
Sandler.
No, stop.
But yeah.
I would recommend The Cobbler.
Okay.
I probably won't watch it.
I'm just throwing it out there.
See, I already like Drake. It's like having another me. It's nice.
How old
Like-
was he?
How old was who?
Michael.
Michael?
Oh, well,
In the
because
ori-
that's what we're talking about today.
You know when he like
Halloween.
got with that crazy doctor and went to the like Back in the Future and stuff?
Back in the Future.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, so he killed.
That was
His
a Back to the-
sister.
That was a Back to the Future joke.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Michael J. Fox.
Oh,
Yeah.
Michael J. Fox. See, I thought you were. I didn't catch that.
Or that time he won 6 championships with the Bulls. Number 23.
Good old Michael Myers. Or that time when he was on Saturday Night Live.
Or that time he was Austin Powers.
Or that time.
That time he was the Cat in the Hat.
That time he was the love
That-
guru.
Or that,
No.
or that time he was in
He
Juno.
was in. That time
Was
he was.
he?
when he was in Juno and Superbad.
Oh.
And Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
What about that time he was Lex Luthor?
Michael,
was that-
right?
Or is
Michael
that-
Rosenbaum? Is that the
Yeah.
joke you're making from Smallville?
Yeah. You're surprised I know who that is, aren't you? 'Cause
I have
didn't.
no idea who that is.
I didn't.
I love
I-
Smallville.
That's great, buddy.
I love everything.
But you know what I love?
Actually,
Halloween.
that's not true. You know, I told you this.
It Follows?
We've already discussed that. Because, you know, you and Landon won't get off me about how I like everything.
Yeah.
I hate E.T.
You hate E.T.
I hate E.T.
You go on all these tangents about how this movie's so touching. It's got so much heart. Adam Sandler is really touching in this movie. But then you look at E.T. and you're like, man, this movie sucks.
I didn't say it sucks. I said I didn't like it.
Is it like unsettling?
No,
What, you just didn't like it?
I just don't like it. I don't care for it. I have no sympathy
Did you
for
see
the
it when you
little
were a kid?
alien. Yeah.
This is my co-host. Like this is.
I also hate Mac and Me.
You hate. Well, who likes Mac and Me?
I've met people that like Mac and Me.
Well, I would like it ironically because it's hilarious, but
Oh, we forgot about the Smooth Criminal.
Mr. Thriller.
yeah, when Michael.
Michael Myers.
Yeah, when
is-
Michael Myers is talking about Dirty Diana.
He's a lot of threats.
Man, Michael Myers is just so much.
Yeah.
And all types
Like
of
there's nothing he can't do.
Like except die.
Yeah, that's true. Although he can be reborn into a very, very crappy
So
double feature.
if you haven't seen Halloween,
What are you doing?
I don't know what you're
Turn
doing.
this off.
Watch Halloween.
I mean, it's like iconic horror. Like everyone's like, oh, Freddy and Jason and Leatherface, but like Michael Myers was like one of the first.
was he?
Like it goes
Well,
like
yeah, because he's-
Psycho was like the real first slasher movie, and I think Texas Chainsaw came out first.
Texas
that was-
Chainsaw was like 70.
3? I think it was
I want to
73.
say 75. Maybe if only we had some
It
sort
was like
some sort of-
definitely mid
74.
early to.
So I was,
Okay, so we were right in the middle.
and then Halloween came out in 78.
Yeah.
So that's 4 years later.
So those three were like the real
Yeah.
start to the slashers genre, as it were.
Genre.
Genre.
Ginry. The Ginry. But, you know, man, I don't. But, like, see, Halloween is one of my absolute favorites.
Same here. Like
Because
for all the horror icons, my number one is Michael.
at least, so like, although like it does suffer the same bad thing as most of the other horror movies does, and it's
But
just
that's
got, like,
because
a
it's
ton of bad sequels, and that's because it reins in money.
That's
like you
part
make
of the
a
trope, though.
You make a killing, pun intended. You make a killing on horror movies because
that was low even for you,
people-
Jacob.
because people they want to go see horror movies and they want to see a slasher movie.
Yeah, and I really hope that, like, with some of the few good horror movies that we've seen this year, that will start to, that the slasher genre will start to come back into popular opinion.
I saw an argument that slasher movies were never good.
Yikes.
Like people were like,
I don't like my grandma. She saw the original Halloween in theaters, and she said it was absolutely terrifying.
yeah,
But I think the scariest part of the movie is the music, because I think was there a scientist who, or maybe it was John Carpenter himself, who said, "I'm gonna make you watch this movie with the sound off, and if you get scared, let me know." So whoever the person was watched it and was like, "There's nothing scary about it." Then they watched it again for the second time with the sound, and they said it scared them to death.
it's the music combined with the subtle, like, most of the movie. Halloween's death count, the original Halloween's death count,
It's very low.
it's like 3 or 4 people and
Yeah.
a dog.
Yeah,
Well-
and he's like the next Kevin, what's his last name?
Smith?
No, Home Alone.
Oh, Kevin
Oh,
Mick something.
yeah.
McAllister.
McAllister. He's the next
Yeah.
Kevin
is
McAllister.
is it right, Kevin McAllister?
Yeah, I think so.
When Laurie's getting freaked out, backing up in whatever
Yeah.
room she's in, and the doors are just opening with dead bodies.
Yeah.
He's rigged that place up. He would
What if?
take on Joe Pesci in a snap.
What if they are the same, and
That's-
then Michael changed his name, or it's
stupid.
alternate universe?
That is stupid. You need to stop your roll right there.
I think we're onto something.
No, don't you encourage
I
him.
like him too.
But like, nah. Here's the thing. And is Okay, so so in the storyline,
Yeah, it
in the
opens with a POV style from.
he was
from-
6 when he killed his sister.
Yeah.
And then it's 15 years he was institutionalized.
So
so
he's only
that's-
21 when he breaks out. That's crazy.
How old is he?
He was 25 when he broke out of
he was-
the institution.
He was 21.
That's what that's what the numbers say.
21.
You're
That's
looking
what
at
the
me for
numbers
that.
say. Why? What are you
15
getting
and
at?
6 and 15?
21.
Oh, okay.
That old meme. That's
what he was
awful.
going for.
Stop doing memes.
Memes sustain me.
Well, go get your fix elsewhere.
This is a podcast, man.
Yeah, not a meme cast. So stop it.
He wasn't very intimidating when he broke out.
Yes, he was.
What do you mean?
He was just a guy.
Wait, that says 23.
Where?
Right there, age 20. Michael Myers, age 23.
I'm not seeing what you're saying.
Well,
Right
what's
there.
6 plus 15? It's 21.
One. But it says he's
Maybe
23.
The guy who played him was 23.
But no,
No.
because there's 2 Michael Myers in the cast. One is a kid and one is an adult.
Right, Tony Moran.
Yeah.
Tony
1963 to 1978. That's
15 years.
15 years, yeah.
Moran. Look,
So
there's some.
is that
inconsistencies.
did we just stumble upon
Oh no. Maybe
an
he did go back in time.
inconsistency?
Told you something was right.
Turns out that throwaway joke about Michael J. Fox was true. But yeah, tell us more about the plot, DJ, for the people.
Yeah, it opens with a POV
But
shot
don't take too long because
I'm
I
not,
wanna,
of Michael
I can tear this movie apart.
coming home from trick or treating and finding his sister with her boyfriend post coitus, and for some reason he just takes a knife out of the kitchen, goes upstairs and stabs her to death, and then walks outside with the knife and waits for
Michael?
his parents to get home.
And the thing about that is when they take the mask off of him,
It's very surprising.
the kid
Yeah.
looks shocked and scared.
Mhm.
It's really strange. Cause he looks like like he like blank, like kind of
Yeah.
shocked and blank, and he's just like, and they're like, his parents are like,
Yeah, it's a good like 30 seconds that they're staring at him.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a slow
Yeah.
zoom
pan
out.
like a not a pan out, guys.
Zoom out.
Zoom out. It's a dolly out, not a zoom.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah, it's a dolly. It's like a.
I remember it as
it's
a
like
zoom
a,
for some reason.
what's
It's
the-
actually a crane.
That's what I was gonna say. Actually, guys, you're both wrong. But yeah.
And then we flash forward 15 years.
Donald Pleasance as his psychiatrist,
Mhm.
who initially tried to help him.
And oddly enough, one of the roles that made his career, even though he
He's
was not.
barely in the movie. He's not that. He doesn't
No.
get that much screen time.
No.
Hmm?
No, he's in it quite a bit actually.
Which movie am I thinking of that he's barely in then?
Well, I don't know, one of the James Bond movies where he played a villain.
Did he?
He was a James Bond villain, yeah.
Oh.
Like his role in James Bond and Michael Myers are two of his most popular roles.
He was in The Puma Man.
I don't know what that is.
It's an old, awful movie. He's the villain in that. And he says the Puma Man. It's a Mystery Science Theater 3000 episode. It's really funny.
I think it's crazy how like British people say things like
Puma
that
Man.
different. Like yeah, they say like
Puma Man.
have you seen the Jaguar commercials? Jaguar. Yeah.
Jaguar.
And
Like-
Puma.
Puma Man.
I
Puma
love it.
Man.
I love those little differences.
I was a big Top Gear fan, so I get a lot of it.
But like, when he first I love Donald Pleasance's character. He gives like one of the best. He gives probably the best performance in the movie,
Yeah.
and he gives the best monologue in the movie.
Mhm.
Like where he talks about
He was only a child.
his only child. No,
And he had these eyes.
these
the devil's
cold-
eyes.
The devil's eye. No, you're thinking of. Sometimes I get it mixed up with Quint's monologue because they talk about the eyes. I was like,
black eyes like a door's
like,
eyes.
like what if Quint was just talking about Michael Myers?
Michael
76
Myers.
men
Can
going
you
to the
imagine
water
Michael Myers in scuba gear swimming after that boat with a little knife in his hand?
and like bringing him under. 76 men go in the water.
And I wonder if someone could like mash up the Jaws theme song and the Halloween theme song. I know.
Sounds like a hard thing to do.
I know, but I feel like it could work on some level.
Dun, 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 dun. But like the Halloween theme is one of my favorite like horror movie themes.
They
ever.
both have the same time signature, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. That's just me thinking out loud.
I can't stop thinking of Activia.
Oh
What,
my
Jamie Lee
God.
Curtis? He's trying to get Michael Myers to eat some yogurt.
It's like, Michael, I'm worried about your health.
As your sister. Spoiler alert.
Wow. You just.
Yeah, they don't drop that until the second movie.
Yeah. Let's get through the first one before we talk about that.
I love the second.
So, after we see little Michael kill his sister, flash forward 15 years, and Michael's in an institution, and he's being transferred to somewhere else. But he breaks out, along with a bunch of other inmates, and makes a beeline back to his hometown, where along the way he like kills
He kills
like a dude in a truck.
Yeah,
and
takes
takes
his
his-
like boiler coat.
His suit.
And then he gets a William Shatner mask. Like he steals a William Shatner mask, which is like the oddest choice,
But
it
it's-
has become super iconic.
I think it's effective because like how they did that mask,
Yeah,
like they painted it white,
yeah.
and then they did something with the hair, like made it like really stringy.
Yeah, and it's kind
Um,
of like combed back too.
Yeah, like that like very expressionless face.
Because that's the whole point of Michael Myers. Is John Carpenter is talking about this, and this is what You know what? If you want to know like the full plot, other than like our just devolving into it, watch the movie. Just watch the
I
movie.
mean, that's the best way to do anything, really, is to
Because like the
Just dive
the
in.
Cliff Note version is he kills his sister, breaks out of the thing 15 years later, goes to kill Laurie Strode and her friends, and he spends most of the movie stalking her. Actually,
Yeah.
like it's a 2.5 hour
watching
movie.
her from this like, was it a station wagon from
Yeah.
from the hospital?
Yeah,
Sitting outside her school, watching her.
he's just
watching,
always kind of in the background,
Yeah.
and I love that
I
about the
know.
movie. That's one of my favorite
It's so
things.
eerie, and that
You have
shot
anything to
where
add,
he's
Drake?
standing.
Not really. You're covering it pretty well. I mean,
That shot where
I'm-
he's standing in the backyard while the laundry is on the clothesline.
Yeah.
I love that.
Or the one where they're talking about the mask thief, and then you see his car like
Yes.
behind them, just kind of like drive
Those
by.
little things, it's awesome.
But yeah,
I mean, I see where you're coming from. Like it was a very good movie that pioneered a lot of stuff in that sense. But I love to be the devil's advocate, and watching it today, if I saw that movie, I'd be like, oh, it was a piece of crap. This thing sucks. I mean, cinematography is good. The plot's pretty sound, but there's just like it's
Well-
cheesy in the sense that it wasn't cheesy when it was made,
oh no,
but because that is what has become cliche and cheesy now, that's what we use.
Yeah, because that was
that's how
so
we see it.
successful, everybody used those same tropes, and now it's like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not as effective as it was
like
back
when you
then,
use the same thing over
unfortunately.
and over again, it ends up not aging.
It's
as
like
well
with
as it could.
Paranormal
Yeah.
Activity. Like the first one was terrifying to me.
First
And-
one was bad.
No, it wasn't.
See,
No,
I'm not scared by something that I despise found footage movies. I haven't
Blair
even-
Witch
I haven't
and
even
the
touched
first
Blair-
Paranormal Activity
I haven't touched Blair Witch.
are good.
I haven't touched it because I don't know if I could take. Like Cloverfield is an awful thing to sit through.
Yeah,
Cloverfield
I
is
liked it.
awful to sit through.
I was
I-
lucky enough to not see it in theater.
Oh my god.
I even
oh my
liked
god.
I even
oh my
liked
god.
10
oh my
Cloverfield
god.
Lane, the sequel.
Oh my god. Well, that's
That was
because
real good.
guess what they used in that? A tripod. They had John Goodman and a tripod.
I think your issue is this. You know that the movie is fake. When I went in to see Blair Witch, the Blair Witch Project, not the crappy third. There've been 3 Blair Witch.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
the
the
sequel.
last
The
one-
sequel is
the
called like the
sequel's-
Book of Secrets.
Please go on.
Sequel sucks.
Go on.
The third one is terrible. The first one was good. That and Paranormal Activity. When I went to see those, I had
Did you
no
not know
idea
Paranormal Activity
they
was
were
fake?
fake. No, I saw it
What?
before.
No way.
I saw it in the
Nuh-uh.
theater before nationwide release. It was like a private screening.
Okay.
Nobody
Are you
knew
one of
that
those
much.
people in the trailer that was like overreacting? That like they showed something on the screen, they did the loud horse thing, and everyone goes. "Ah!"
They did film that, but I wasn't on camera. So
Were you one of those people though? That went, "Ah! No,
yes,
it's just scary."
technically yes.
No.
Yeah.
You big
You
nerd.
could not watch that and think, hey, this is real. This is real.
yeah.
No,
No,
I didn't
you
say.
can't-
I didn't
you
say
can't-
this. I said, "Is this real? Like, did
No.
this really happen?" Like,
No,
that's
because-
just. It's the what if.
Was this before or after you got into this program?
This was in 2009 when it came out.
Okay, then.
When I was like
Well, even in-
17
even in 2000. Oh, I was like what? How old was I? Like 12?
in 2009.
Yeah.
No, you would have been like 11.
Okay. Well,
Because you
I
were
still
born
knew-
98.
I knew that it looked dumb. Even as like 11, I was like, that looks awful and dumb. But like, see, watch it again now.
Oh,
Like,
I know.
with all the knowledge you have.
I have. I've watched it again, and I was like, I like this part. I like this. Blah blah blah.
And then you're
But
like-
it's not
But
as
then
scary.
you're just like, wow, this is boring. Paranormal Activity is boring.
I've seen all the movies.
And they're all boring. And they're bad.
Then why do I keep watching them?
Because man, it's brand I don't know, because you like boring stuff, I guess.
I do not. I have good taste. Screw you.
He came out swinging.
I'm gonna disclose this because that is really funny to me. Okay, so
Go ahead.
so-
That's fine.
so we had to just cut something out.
We had
sometimes
an
I
interruption.
I did a fart real bad, guys.
we had to.
I did a real stinky one.
Well, if I would have kept that on principle. I would have been like, I will not censor this fart. I
This
refuse.
art is real.
Smell the art. But no, we got interrupted, and so we had to cut out like the dead silence and telling her no, and so DJ had time to come up with a rebuttal.
Like as soon as we stopped recording, I was like, I know what I'm gonna say.
Like he has like he had plenty of time to come up with, like sit there and have a rebuttal. Like, oh, I'll show him. Yeah, I know. I'll hit him with something boring that he likes or something like that. He had time to like just throw me under the bus, call me out. He's like, no, I don't like boring stuff. You suck.
Big dummy head.
You big doo-doo head. Gosh.
Well, unlike you, Jacob, I don't live to tear you down.
Yikes! We just got so real.
This is war.
This is uncalled for. What were we talking about? Well, Paranormal Activity sucks. That's the end of that conversation.
That's your opinion.
That's
and
a
I know,
fact.
no, I know that is a widely shared opinion, but
Do you like Paranormal Activity?
I keep watching them every time they make a new one.
Because you're
Do they-
easy to sucker in.
No, I mean,
Why do you guys watch Fast and Furious? Because it's there.
Because it's there.
yeah,
Because you gotta go fast.
you gotta live life a quarter mile at a time.
Sonic the Hedgehog, man.
Gotta get those coins.
Vin Diesel the Hedgehog.
Oh, can you imagine? Maybe that'll be Michael Bay's next movie because he's making a Dora the Explorer movie.
Yeah, I heard that. I don't know if I believe that, though.
I hope it's true, just so we can like bash on him because
Dude.
he has done a lot of bad work.
You know who did bad work? Rob Zombie. With Halloween.
Can we
But
go?
we'll talk
can we?
about that
Yes.
later.
Can we go chronologically? Take it movie by movie.
Okay, then.
So
well, the
all right,
overview.
yeah, real
was,
quick.
Like, yeah.
We've already we got
he
halfway
stalks-
through the movie.
yeah, he stalks
so he's
Laurie
stalking
Strode.
Lori, and then she's supposed to babysit her neighbor,
Yeah.
and then like her friend comes over,
And they want
like,
to bang. Like, there's, like, because,
yeah,
they're
stupid
quote-unquote
teenagers.
teenagers. There's no way Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie
is
Lee Curtis was. She was actually still in
She
high school.
looks like
I think she was 17 when she did
A
it.
horse.
she.
No,
That's
that's
rude.
mean. Aw.
Jamie Lee Curtis is a
She's
beautiful woman.
She's a scream queen, man.
What?
That is rude.
What are you on about?
She is.
Absolutely not.
She is a beautiful woman, and she deserves respect, Drake. I will not have.
She's
that.
her own woman.
I will not have this
my-
kind of Jamie Lee bashing in my podcast. I swear.
In my opinion, Jamie Lee Curtis is very not attractive.
There, you can say it nice like that. You can't call her a horse. She's not Sarah Jessica Parker.
And Matthew Broderick, what is this terrifying donkey witch standing next to you? Oh, that's my wife.
That's a lot of fish. But yeah. So he has to babysit the neighbor. They're watching The Thing, because John Carpenter directed the movie, and so they're watching The
Amazing.
Thing. So that's a little inception for you. Are they watching The Thing from outer space, or are they just watching The Thing? I think it's The Thing from outer space.
It's the original The Thing from Outer Space,
Yeah.
which then Carpenter remade 4 years after this movie.
Which is really good. It's such a good
So
movie.
good.
It's so good. It's so good.
I haven't watched it in what feels like a long time.
I keep watching it, honestly. I keep watching it because it's so good.
I know. Like
We should do an
everything
episode
about
on
it, the
The Thing.
soundtrack, the practical
This
effects.
Is, yeah, but this is
We'll
how
get there. We'll get
We're gonna
there.
talk about The Thing on a different episode.
So yeah,
That could be
Michael-
our Christmas special because it's in the snow.
we need to stop doing so many horror movies. How about
But that's what
how
we
about
watch.
the November episode? We don't do a thriller or horror movie, but it doesn't have to be Thanksgiving related
Paul
because
Blart
there's
Mall
no
Cop
good
2.
Thanksgiving.
Paul Blart
movies.
Mall Cop. That's the one. That's the one we'll do.
What?
That was directed by Steven Spielberg, wasn't it?
What?
I think it
Yeah,
was.
I think it was actually a collab with.
George Lucas.
Yeah, and also.
Are you guys doing a bit?
Also. Deep,
I don't think anything
Deep
you're
Sea
saying right
Boy.
now is true.
Deep Sea Blue Boy,
Oh,
whatever his name is.
oh yeah, Quentin Tarantino also produced that, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't
He
know
was
what's
very
happening right
very
now.
excited about
He was
the
actually a
project.
PA. He was pretty stoked about getting on there. Real stoked.
I need
Real
help.
stoked, Tarantino.
Audience, help me because I can't. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
He
we're doing-
kills some people. He does the thing. It ends.
He said, yeah, basically, he kills the people. He digs up his sister's grave and all this other stuff. But yeah, but the
Also-
reason Michael Myers is really good as a horror thing is because he's nothing. It's because he's just a shape. They call
That
him the
was
shape.
yeah. They didn't. That was what they called him in the script.
Yeah. The shape. Because
Which actually, Slipknot wrote a song about Michael Myers called "The Shape."
That's cool.
Yeah,
But
Slipknot.
yeah, he's wearing the
love
wearing the hoodie.
Slipknot.
Audience is like, oh, Slipknot. But the reason, and then Rob Zombie made Rob Zombie.
We'll get there. Let's take.
No, this is important for the point I'm making. Is Rob Zombie made two awful remakes of Halloween that
Yep.
completely ruined the
Mm-hmm.
somehow more than it already was, because the sequels were bad. But
Not all of them.
You know he didn't direct that.
Rob
he's-
Zombie?
Yeah, he was the director, but you know for sure he was like, this is kind of how I want the movie to go.
like no, he wrote and directed the second
is-
one.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He's like, oh, I want this movie to go like this. There's gonna be that. There's gonna be this, and then his DP did all the work.
Isn't that the standard for movies? That
Eh,
it's like the
But
director.
it's still his script,
right,
and it's still him directing.
right. I'm just discrediting him because I absolutely don't believe that he put a director's amount of work into it.
Ooh, it was that
There's
bad
no
for
way. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way.
you? Because like, okay,
He's
so
like,
like,
I want a bunch of old classic rock songs, and I want this to happen, and he looks like this.
the
I
thing with me,
didn't-
the thing that
we'll,
ruins
we'll
it
get.
is
We'll,
that, the
yeah,
thing that
make
ruins
your
it is
point, and
that
then we'll move on. We'll
in
we'll
the
come back at
first
the end.
like 45 to hour of the movie, like it's a 2-hour movie, and you spend like the first hour.
No, it's more like 30 minutes.
No,
Yeah.
it's like like an hour or 45 minutes.
I've timed it because if I do watch Rob Zombie version, I have to skip it, and then I know like just how far in to go to get
Because
away from that
Laurie
beginning.
is not introduced into the film until like the end.
No,
Yeah.
it's a quarter of the way through when we finally get to grown up Michael breaking out.
But see, here's the thing, is you set up in the original, you set up the childhood with, you don't want the motive
Yeah,
because it takes away the mystery.
yeah,
What's the scariest thing?
not knowing.
Not knowing. So if you take that away and say, oh, but then he starts off with Michael's childhood, and you say, oh, this might be a
Yeah.
little bit interesting because it might show us some insight. No, it's the total cliche that he had crappy dad that beat him,
It was very trashy.
stripper mom, all
that-
of them were white trash,
Yeah.
all this other stuff. He's killing cats, killing animals. He gets into
So it's like
fights.
you're diagnosing what's wrong with him, and no, we don't want to know that.
You're diagnosing what's wrong with him, A. B, it's something I've seen like 1,000 times. It's like generic serial killer backstory
Mm-hmm.
27.
And knowing all that stuff
It
makes
takes
it
away
not
because
scary.
what is Michael's motive in the first movie? We don't know that Laurie's his sister in the first movie. We don't know, and even in the second movie, we don't know why he wants to kill his sister. We don't know why that.
All it
He's
is,
basically just like a really good anti-prude person.
Yeah, because like you have like some like idea of what his motive might be.
all it is
or-
random violence targeted onto a young girl,
Yeah.
and that I think if anybody
People
puts
banging.
themselves in that
People bang-
position,
He
it's going to
hates
be
that.
terrifying.
Well, no, he does. Like, and that's like a kind of like motive, but you're still like not quite sure.
No, it's. I mean, I think did that set up the trope? Was Halloween the first one to say if you have sex in a horror movie, you're gonna die?
But it had more of a reason behind it, because like
that and,
So you think
Friday.
he's
like there's
he has,
theories
like, a, yeah.
as to why he doesn't like it when like he catches like girls having sex and stuff.
Maybe because like that's why he killed his sister.
Yeah, no,
Because
yeah,
she
it's
was-
because like instead of watching him maybe, or something like the thing is you don't really know.
Yeah.
You can't tell, and that's what makes
All-
it spooky.
All
like,
all we know for sure is that like that's a trigger.
super spooky.
point
It's
for
too
him.
spooky for me, but like
Yeah, because
taking
sex is
away
scary.
the mystery, taking away the mystery of the shape and why is this weird force, this strange human man,
This
that is
unnaturally strong.
unnatural, unthinking, like unfeeling, unempathetic, strange man. Like Donald Pleasant's monologue sets up how Michael is perfectly.
Mhm.
Because he's like, yeah, this child died a long time ago. There's nothing but evil and hatred in those eyes. Not even hatred, it's just evil. He's like, and then I spent half of my career trying to cure him, and then I spent the other half trying to keep him locked away. And when you take away and show me, oh yeah, he just had white trash family, generic this, it takes away anything that I like takes away all the tension, all the fear that I had of Michael Myers
Mm-hmm.
when
And-
he was just
Yeah, and the fact that they changed that up because like this normal little kid,
Yeah.
in a perfectly normal home in a normal city, just
Out of nowhere.
just
Out of
snaps and kills his sister.
out of nowhere.
That's scary because like anybody, any one of us could snap at any instant and
You're not
hurt the
supposed
people
to
around
empathize
us.
with him. You're not supposed to because it's like, what is this? What does it want? What's wrong? What happened? Why is it? What is happening?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? And then there's Halloween 2, the remake of Halloween 2.
Save the remake talk for after we cover the rest of the movies.
But Drake, what do you give us your thoughts on the first Halloween, like the overall like type deal?
Like I said, it's pretty standard movie. It's hard to look at it from a point of view where you haven't seen anything like it before.
Mhm.
It's hard to just put yourself in those shoes of not knowing exactly what's going to happen next because you know exactly what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
And I like I said, I mean, good for them. Watching it now,
So do you think
Like, do you like the
it's
movie?
iconic? Like, do you?
yeah, I give it its critically acclaimed status. I don't knock that,
Yeah.
but it's just it's old, and sometimes you just gotta kind of not 100% move on, but
Yeah.
you gotta do better.
Yeah, you can't just have the same thing over and over again.
Well, I
guess.
think story-wise, it kind of enhanced with the sequel
Well, yeah, the
because there was that
Halloween-
big twist at the end.
Halloween 2, yeah. I like Halloween 2 always makes you laugh because it's just an empty hospital. There's like 5 people in the hospital.
Well, to be fair, like it was a small town in Illinois,
It's a hospital.
and it was the 70s, so there wasn't as much,
Mm.
crime and stuff as
I
there is
don't know.
today. And it's in the middle of the night.
Well,
It was just a
would say
different time.
the only other
and a
patient
different
I saw
place.
in that hospital was the little kid that got the razor blade stuck in his mouth. And he was in the movie for like 2 seconds. Like, they should have looked, there's this kid with this razor blade, and then later you see, oh yeah, he got the razor blade out. Yay!
Your point?
I'm
It was
just
made-
saying,
it
like,
was
that's
made-
all you see.
Yeah.
It was made with $300,000, so
The first one was.
Yeah.
The second, what was the
Which
budget of the second one?
I thought it was on the second one.
The first one turned a major profit.
Oh God,
I assume they got a lot more money for the second one.
Yeah, because it's like,
Where we at? Where is it? Give it to me.
give it.
Whoa!
Whoa.
What's the I can't see.
2.5
20.
million.
Yeah.
2.5 million. What's the gross?
Opening, 25.
So they made a profit.
Yeah.
Nah.
See, and then Halloween 2, you got the hospital, and then you have that weird sex scene in the therapeutic bath.
Yeah.
And my dad, I was watching it again recently with my dad, and my dad's like, "Why? That is gross. Why are they doing it in?" Because he works in a hospital, so he's like, "Why are they doing it in there? All the dead skin cells and stuff floating around from burn, because that's where they put burn victims."
Oh.
Yeah. So he's like, "What? That's gross."
Oh. Maybe that's what I did when I was a kid. I was like 3. I think I was 3, and there was a hot cup of coffee on a table, and I reached up because I wanted to drink it, and it spilled all over me. So I had to go to do things like that. What? If you're gonna say something mean, don't.
I just think it's funny that I just have a little baby version of you in my head, just reached for a cup of coffee and then like stupidly spilling it all over his face.
It wasn't on my face.
The way you like moved your hand, it looked like it was your face.
No, I was doing like that, like down my.
But it was on your face.
No, went like this.
Did you? So
You're nitpicking my actions.
Drake, which Halloween movies did you see? Like, which ones?
Yesterday?
Yeah, like, did you just? Yeah, I was talking. I saw him in the hall, and I was like, "Hey, man." Like, before we had the same class, and I was like, "Hey, man." Before, like, when we were getting our equipment, he's like, "Hey, man, you ready to record with it? You still want down to record?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "All right, cool." He's like, "Yeah, I watched the first 2."
No, I watched the old first one, and I was like, yeah, remember that. And then I was like, don't really want to watch the second one again. I was like, oh, there's these bad remakes. Let me watch those. So I watched those.
Do you regret watching the remakes?
Eh.
Well,
I mean, now I know.
I mean, yeah. It's so, like, and then Halloween 2, it's got the hospital thing.
Yeah, it picks up right where the last one left off.
But before we talk about Halloween 2, my absolute favorite part about the first one is the very end. When he shoots 6
And
bullets.
Michael falls out of the second-story window,
And then he
when
goes
they go
to,
to
like,
look,
he's
and
gone. And then the theme plays with him going, like, you know.
And then the credits roll.
Yeah, and that was really awesome.
That was a great ending.
It's so creepy. It's like, ooh. That's my favorite. But yeah, and then Laurie Strode goes to the hospital because like she was stabbed.
Yeah, police come and the ambulance comes and takes her to the hospital, and then there's everybody searching for Michael Myers.
Yeah, there's this one part I gotta tell Drake about.
I know what you're
I
gonna
talked
say.
to you about this, but there's this part in the second one. Did you ever see the second one?
Yeah, at some point.
Okay, well I don't know if you remember that. Remember that part where there was this kid that was dressed up exactly like Michael Myers. And he was coming from a party where he was like super drunk and like underage drinking. And when Donald Pleasance was like, "Stop, stop!" and pointing his gun at him, he thought like, "Oh no, he's caught me for drinking underage." So he just like keeps walking, like looking back and walking, looking back, and Donald Pleasance just whips out his gun and just like pushes trick or treaters out of the way because he wants Michael dead so bad. He's like, "Move, get out of the way!" And he's like, "Stop, Michael, stop." And so the guy's like, he keeps like looking back and he walks into the street. And then all of a sudden a police car comes out of nowhere, like not even looking where it's going. Hits the dude dressed exactly like Michael, runs into like a flower shop van, and both the cars just explode.
Jesus.
For no reason at all.
I do not remember that.
Like, he just,
Oops.
like, out of nowhere, a police car shows up.
0 to 100, I guess.
Both of the cars explode. The cop's fine, but the kid's, like, super dead and burning. And the guy's like, "Is it him?" And he's like, "I don't know. I have to be sure."
Screw it.
He's like, no, Donald Pleasance's not like, sure. He's like, "I have to be sure." And they're like, "Man, what the..." It's so dumb because they just explode.
Oh,
They're like,
it's
I
just
bet...
some dumb kid we killed.
I bet they were thinking like when they made it and they just had the car crash. He's like, "Oh man, he wouldn't like necessarily die from that, would he?" I'm like, "I guess not."
Now we will.
Well, we better make him die super hard or something like
This kid needs to die.
that. It's for the plot. But
But yeah, as Jacob already spoiled
we find out.
earlier, it turns out that Laurie Strode, our heroine, our scream queen, is
Jamie
the
Lee.
younger sister
Jamie Scream Curtis.
of Michael Myers himself, and that's why he's chasing her.
And then at the end, he and Donald Pleasance like have this thing in like the basement where they're like overflowing oxygen. Like Laurie, I don't remember what happens, but like Laurie like does something to his eyes. Like they poke his eyes out and he can't see, so he's like slashing around randomly, and they're like turning on like oxygen things, so we'll come towards it and start slicing, and then they keep like
Yeah, they're
sending it
drawing
back
him
and
by
forth.
using sound.
And so then they like Donald Pleasance like go, and like a lighter that he had earlier that a cop handed him earlier because he's like hands him a cigarette, hands him a lighter, he puts the cigarette in his pocket and he puts the lighter in his pocket and doesn't smoke him. I don't know. It's because he needed him later for the plot, but and so he all that gas and stuff. He flicks the lighter, blows up, kills. It's supposed to kill both of them, because I don't know if you knew this, Drake, but
The hospital blows up.
not the whole hospital like that. Your iTunes library does not contain any songs with
Just hit
artwork.
exit. Who cares?
Thanks. Thanks for letting me know. Awesome. That was real important information. I was real worried. I was just wondering that. But Halloween. I don't know if you knew this, but like Halloween 1 and 2 was supposed to be like when they first made Halloween. They were like, "All right, we'll make it like a kind of anthology series." So like
Where
you have
each installment is different.
and they only did Halloween 2 with Michael Myers because it's the same night. It's a continuation. And so Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, was about like
It's
this toy company
yeah.
making like these
Halloween
masks.
masks, and then
Like at
this.
on Halloween at a certain time, like the chips in the mask would like kill the kids.
It's like
or do
a
something weird.
a brainwashing, mind controlled
Yeah.
device in the mask, and if like the
like
kids,
turns them into bugs or something. I haven't watched the third one in a long time.
it's
In
I don't
82,
like
eh?
it.
yeah.
How about those special effects?
It was
They were
pretty
not
bad.
great. They were not great.
That's all I can think about is Goosebumps special effects.
Goosebumps. Michael, what if Michael Myers was in a Goosebumps book? Like the Curse of Michael Myers sounds like a Goosebumps book.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
I
That's
don't
what I would
think so.
title a Goosebumps.
If
book.
it was me, I'd put it. I'd say like horror in Haddonfield.
Yeah, it's a Goosebumps title.
Yeah.
But yeah, season of the Witch was strange. I liked it.
I don't care for it.
I liked it because I liked how they didn't like do the trope of, oh, we have to have the killer come back somehow. But then, since it did very poorly, what was Drake do some digging on the budget, please.
3?
Yeah,
You know, most
do
people
budget and gross.
2.5 again.
dang the same as the second one.
And then gross was 14.
Yeah, because they didn't have that star appeal with
Yeah,
Michael Myers.
they didn't bring in as much money, obviously, and so they're like, well, and the critical response was less than stellar. And
The
so
general consensus amongst fans of the series and horror fans alike is that this is not like it's like the redheaded stepchild of the series.
I liked it though. I liked how they just took it in a new direction.
What would you rate it?
Me personally,
Yeah.
like a 5
Out of.
out of 10. Out of 100.
Well, IMDb said it's got a 4.7 out of 10.
So it's about.
Yeah, I'd say I don't know 3.
That's a little rude.
How?
I don't think it was that bad. I like the little nod that had that like there was a trailer for Halloween, like they were playing a trailer on for Halloween
Oh yeah,
in the
I
bar
remember that.
in Halloween 3. And I was like, hey.
All right, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. 3. Some people like it,
But
like
since it
Jacob,
didn't
and
turn
some
it-
people don't.
I do like it, but since it
Yeah.
didn't turn a good profit,
They had.
they're
they
like,
did-
oh
they
well,
wanted to
we
bring
better
back.
bring back Michael
Yeah.
and this half-brained plot with his niece.
So this is okay. All of the movies except for the remake are canonical, and it makes very little sense.
Yeah.
So
Especially when you get to, I'm not one
Return
who
of
talk
Michael
about this.
Myers follows the story of this little girl,
Yeah.
like a child.
Who's in a
who's-
foster family.
Yeah.
'Cause, like Lori, it's
So
Lori's kid.
yeah. Spoiler alert. It's Laurie's
I
daughter.
do like the ending of that movie though. No, no, no.
Oh,
when she
yeah,
she like stabs her like foster sister with the scissors, and like Donald Pleasance like loses his mind because it's like, no, it happened again. No, and he like points his gun at the kid. Like he's about to shoot the child, and they have to like stop him and hold him down to prevent him from killing the child.
These people, man.
He's like, no, man, they have to. She has to die.
I
But then
just-
she's fine in the 5th movie. They do that a lot. That's one of my most hated things about horror movies.
retconning.
Retconning. Because, like, they did that in Friday the 13th Part 5. Although I do love Part 6. I do like
Yeah, because
6.
Jason's your favorite horror character.
He's not my favorite, but I do like him.
Well, who's your favorite then?
I don't know. Probably.
I thought Jason, because you always bring up Friday the
Jason
13th, and you got the
Yeah.
little mini dude on your keychain.
Jason Derulo drowned in Crane Crystal Lake. All his counselor.
Wait, someone needs to like dub like that Jason Derulo saying his own name as like Jason comes out of the water and grabs the girl from the end of the first one.
They should do the thing where it's talk dirty to me with that really racist Asian like girl. It goes, Jason Derulo. Dude, that's so awful. I hate that song. Jason. But yeah. But like, see, I do love, but no, I like Friday the 13th Part 6 because it was a fun time.
Okay.
It was a fun time. But like 5, 4 was the final chapter, and like usually like people make jokes about it because it's like, oh, then there's like 10 more movies, then there's like 6 more movies. But like I get like the reason they called it the final chapter. Originally it was probably because that's what it done, but then they made like a bunch of money. It's like, oh, it's the final chapter for Jason. And then they released part 5, different killer, and then Tommy Jarvis. I think that's his name, Tommy Jarvis.
I don't remember.
Is that his name? Yeah. Who was Corey Feldman in part 4. He went nuts and he went to an insane asylum, like a little crazy place, little asylum, and they like hint that he went crazy at the end of the 4th part, which he did, and they send him to the thing, and so, excuse me, they do that, and like the end, it turns out not to be Tommy Jarvis. It's like this random ambulance guy whose son was killed by Jason or something. His motive isn't very well set up when Tommy has a very better motive because he's snapped. But whatever, I guess. And then at the end, it shows like the nurse coming to check on Tommy Jarvis, who was in the hospital.
Wrap it up.
And then and then he's just behind her wearing the Jason, like a different hockey mask, and it's like, oh, now Tommy Jarvis is no, he's fine.
He's chill.
He's chill. And like, oh, the niece is going to be the killer now. That's going to be awesome. It's going to be so interesting where they take them in this new direction and see how this goes, and having a female, like, kind of slasher killer would be interesting. No, it's Michael again, and she's fine. And they're just keeping an eye on her. They still treat her nice because she's a kid and she killed her sister, but that's, no, it's fine.
Didn't work out.
It's just parallel. It just parallels exactly with Michael's original setup, but no, it's still Michael. It's not her. That movie.
Yeah, I mean, I generally don't care for 4 and 5 because they used to only play 4 and 5 on the AMC Fear Fest all the time.
They do.
And it's so annoying because those. I feel like those are honestly the weakest in the series.
And 6.
No, I liked 6. Actually.
You like Curse of Michael Myers?
I do.
It is the stupidest thing.
I disagree.
That's when they tried to explain why he does it. It's like it's a Wiccan curse that he has to kill his family.
That's not why I like it. It's bringing back the little kid. Wasn't it Tommy as well? Didn't they, like, the little neighbor kid?
Oh yeah, his name was Tommy, and that was Paul Rudd.
Yeah, and I love Paul Rudd.
The Rudster.
Yeah.
The riggedy Rudster.
But yeah, it's like it's the conclusion of that movie is kind of weak. But
what are you looking for there, Drake?
I'm just pissed that I type in Halloween and none of the Halloweens come up.
Halloween.
Okay, the first one comes up.
Halloween. That's my favorite movie. Is Halloween.
But yeah, the finale of Curse, there's like this stupid cult that has its roots in the hospital that Michael was at when he was younger.
Yeah.
And that's how they like got. I agree. It's very weak. But then they came back pretty strong with
H20.
H2O.
As I like to call it, Halloween water.
Yeah.
That's when they brought Jamie Lee Curtis back.
That's right.
And, like, she had a son, and she
Activia!
was like, she was like, son, you got to eat your Activia.
You can't.
No, Mom, you can't make me.
Like, son, you're not allowed. If you don't eat your Activia, you're not going on the camping trip. So he stayed at school, and then Michael came and paid him a visit.
Yeah, Michael came and paid them a visit. And yeah, that was one of that. I like that movie a lot because it ends with her chopping the head off of Michael.
And that
it was this awesome scene where like he's like there's a car crash and he's stuck in between like this log and he can't move, and he reaches out to Laurie, like he's like reaches out to her like, help me, and she like she has this look on her face like you're thinking like, oh she's gonna do it, it's stupid, and she just goes nope and just whacks his head off with an axe. But then the way they try to retcon that in Resurrection,
well let's say that was again supposed to be
the end,
the final,
but they made a lot of money.
And that would have been a great movie.
Dying and coming back shared between Halloween and
the reason they
because it's so similar, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I know Halloween was first, but
but here's the thing: is that actually show Jason being resurrected in Part 6. Like the beginning of Part 6 is Jason being resurrected by that like Frankenstein style.
Yeah.
Frankenstein style.
But he's also
style.
He's also like
Frankensteinian way.
Jason to me is a lot more like, I wouldn't say godly, but more of like a monster. Like
yeah.
He's a completely.
I mean, he's practically a zombie.
Thing.
But that's why Halloween.
Whereas Michael is just like he's just getting
He's like
He's
he's
getting messed up and killed, and he's like, I'm human.
he never
I'm still
really
here.
dies. He's unkillable.
But that's why I like 2 in H20. Because 2 is when he dies, and then H20 is like 20 years later, and he's like, somehow he's back. And I like that concept of he's back somehow, and she doesn't know how he's back, but he's back somehow. And I do like that. And but like the whole point of the first one and the second one is like he is a human, but he's like above average. Like he just takes bullets, like he doesn't care. But like he does get blinded. He can't like he does get like super blinded, so he can't see at the end, and then he does get exploded. But like
He gets exploded.
But that shut up. Oh, that's reminds the beginning of Halloween 2 is some of my favorite thing because he like runs out there and like the neighbors goes, "What's going on out here? I've been tricked. Is this some sort of prank? I've been tricked quite enough tonight. I've been tricked to death tonight." And Donald Pleasance just looks at him and goes, "You don't know what death is," and then runs away and it goes do 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 do. Like he just goes, "You don't know what death is," and then theme.
Paul.
Paul. It's so funny. Isn't it? And then yeah, but like and so like the way they Drake, the way so like how do you think that they killed him, right, in part 5 and not part 5. Halloween 5.
Resurrect or
Halloween H20.
H2O.
Which we call Halloween water because it looks like H2O, but how do you think they bring him back? Because the next one's called Resurrection.
Now remember, she cut off
Did she cut off
the
his
head.
head?
Do they bury him?
No.
Nope. You know what happens?
He's
It turns out
sticks that
that when
sucker
they
back
put
on.
him, then when they thought he was dead at the end of H20, and
That
they
is
put him in the
nice.
ambulance before the crash in a body bag, it turns out
Surprise.
that he switched the bodies with him and this half-alive hospital worker.
No,
that
there
he
was
slashed the throat.
no. It was an EMT who was
Yeah.
on the scene.
It was two
He was
kids in a
attending.
trench
He
coat.
was
Yeah, basically.
And
Basically,
he was,
yeah.
He was the bottom of the trench coat. He took some pills. He grew up. And he's back. He's back, baby.
he cut the he didn't cut the throat deep enough to
Kill him.
kill him, but just enough to sever the vocal cords, and then he switched out their costumes,
Yeah, and
their
then,
attire, and then
put him in the body bag.
yeah.
With people everywhere, by the way, with EMTs and cops everywhere. He somehow did this,
Movies, man.
and like that's why. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, that's why he reached." It wasn't some strange human moment that we gave this killer that was actually interesting. No, it was just a guy who couldn't speak asking for help. And then they killed Jamie Lee Curtis in the first 5 minutes of the
At the start of Resurrection, Jamie Lee has been locked up in an asylum because she killed
Yeah.
that guy, that innocent guy. Even though, I don't know, I think that's kind of messed up.
It's stupid.
But like after she finds out that she killed an innocent, she does kind of go crazy
Yeah.
and is constantly obsessing about her brother, so it makes sense.
Yeah, but it's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stupid.
The rest of Resurrection is bad too. So they're like, oh,
Reality show in
Yeah.
Michael Myers' house. But yeah. Well, Drake, we're gonna have a longer episode today, so I want you to talk about some of your favorite horror movies since we're basically wrapped up with Halloween.
well, I thought we were gonna get heavy
Halloween's-
into the remakes and then kind of tear them apart.
Well, I hate those. Like
I
that's
know, but like that, you love to hate on things,
Second
so I
one
thought you'd
was
enjoy it.
very, very bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to rip on the second one, Drake?
Well,
was
let's
very
keep going canonically, or chronologically.
Well, we already did the
Where-
first one a little
Where
bit.
you at? What one are we at?
We're at the
the remake,
remake,
first remake.
the second remake, because the first remake, other than
Well,
the
okay,
beginning-
let's say what.
Other than the beginning, it's generic Rob Zombie exploitative, like,
Yeah.
it's so gross and good, everyone's a jerk.
Yeah, it's grim and gritty and blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's standard Rob Zombie fare.
Mm-hmm.
So other than that, it's kind of cut and dry, boring.
Yeah.
Yep.
So then
Was there anything that you guys did like about it?
No.
No.
Trying to
I know John Carpenter said, like, he didn't like how big the guy who played Michael was
Yeah.
because If in his
Child.
original
Yeah,
movie,
he's a big boy.
he is. He's like almost 7 feet tall, I think.
I kind of liked how intimidating that was.
It was intimidating, but the thing that made Michael scary in the first one is he's unnaturally strong for a guy of his size, and like someone, an average-looking person.
He's the dude.
Yeah.
He's the dude.
I guess.
And like he gets his mask taken off in the first one,
Hmm.
like for like a couple seconds, and you see his face for like
It's very normal.
very normal face for 2 seconds. In the beginning, normal kid, and like and he's crying. He's like, I want to go home, and Loomis is like, which is who is that? Who plays him? What's that actor's name? He's an old Michael McDowell. Malcolm McDowell.
Oh
Malcolm McDowell.
yeah, Malcolm McDowell. Oh, so
Who
good.
plays Loomis, and he goes, "Oh no, it's okay." And then the very next scene, like after he's like comforting this crying child, he's like, "This child is evil."
Yeah.
It was really funny. But other than that, no, it was bad.
So nothing at all that you liked about it.
I hated Laurie.
Understandable.
I hated the first half of the movie with Michael's childhood because it was boring.
Wasn't the whole half.
It felt like it. It felt like an eternity.
Yeah, it did drag on a lot.
Drake, do you like anything about that movie?
I mean, there's some stuff that's all right. I mean, it's not a good movie, but
I mean, okay,
It's-
it was shot with a camera. I can say that.
if he, I don't know. I mean, you could definitely see where his own twist was on it. And
Yeah.
It wasn't a terrible concept.
No, it
I
wasn't.
just think it was executed poorly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it wasn't really his.
I think it'll
concept.
worked better if it wasn't Michael Myers. If it wasn't Halloween.
If Rob Zombie just made
If
it
Rob
a
Zombie made
completely
just-
original.
Slasher thing.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know if because it seems like
I don't think it still would have
seems
worked,
like over
but
the
I
last
feel like it would have worked better.
it seems like over the last 10 years, Rob Zombie's kind of lost his horror touch.
I think it would have been too similar
Yeah.
to either of Friday the 13th or Michael Myers to be. I mean, when he goes in the second movie, I mean, you're talking he's out of this planet.
Yeah,
It's garbage.
let's talk about the second movie a little bit.
He,
Because, like,
the white horse stuff,
there's his mom. He sees his mom
Yeah.
in his head and the white horse.
and then Laurie's getting visions like from Michael.
That's what happens in the fifth one.
Yeah,
Yeah, like, but that, not Laurie, but his niece is, like, having, like, these psychic visions.
yeah, it's terrible, absolutely terrible.
And, like,
Yeah.
she's, like, I hated her in the first one, but then in the second one, she's, like, 10 times worse.
Mhm.
Because like, they're trying to play like, oh, she's gone a little nuts because of the experience. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, but she's always so angry and always screaming and nah. And she has like a vision of like her killing her friend and all this other stuff. And it's,
Just, I mean, there is not a single redeemable thing about the remake.
oh, Michael talks in that.
Just
Like,
a little.
he says one word, but it's still like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Because he just screams no at Michael McDowell. And like, I remember when and then the end of the movie, Laurie gets shot up. Remember that when she's like walks out and they're like, don't move, and she just picks up the knife.
Well, yeah, they're not even yelling at her like not. I don't think they say anything when she walks out.
Yeah.
She's just walking out. She goes to pick up the knife, and then everyone unloads on her.
Yeah.
And then the guy's like, "No, stop!"
And it's in slow motion, and Love Hurts is playing.
Yeah.
Why Love Hurts?
Cause it's Rob Zombie. He has dumb, old, stupid taste in music.
Well, Love Hurts is a good
Whoa.
song. Love Hurts is a good song. But where does it fit into that scene?
Poorly.
Yep.
Exactly. I like the white horse thing. And then it ends with her, and she's sitting in like this white room, and then the mom just like walks towards her with the horse, and she's and Laurie's does this evil grin. And like his mom's like, "It's time, Michael. It's time to go home. It's time to kill everyone," or some stupid crap. And then there's like he has visions of his younger self. It's a mess.
Mhm.
It is a unintelligible, crazy mess.
Agreed. And that marked the beginning of Rob Zombie's spiral into crappy movies.
I haven't watched any of his other movies because of Halloween.
House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects I kind of enjoyed. Oh, and The Haunted World of El Super Beasto.
So would you say you prefer Friday the 13th over Halloween? Because you seem to know more stuff about Friday the 13th.
I'm pretty half and half on both.
You like Friday the 13th?
I mean, I'm a person who, it's really weird to me that people can watch stuff multiple times.
I can do that a lot.
I cannot. I know a lot of people who watch stuff multiple times, and I'm very
I've
much
seen-
the opposite.
I've seen Aliens like at least like 50 times.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can have your couple that you see multiple times.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I don't know. There's something about, like, I watched The Office one time through, and that's good enough for me. I liked it a lot. I would rewatch it, but it's not far enough into the future yet that I can be okay with going back and being, oh yeah, I don't remember this episode, or like I didn't remember that joke or whatever. It's almost the same thing with movies. It's like I know what's gonna happen and everything. I mean, it doesn't make it worse. It's just I don't want to see it.
That's
Oh, so
really
you're saying,
interesting
like,
because
I
I'm
wanna
kind
watch
of the other way. Like if I love something, then I'm gonna keep. Okay, so I've binge watched Riverdale, the new CW show that came out this year.
Because you like the Archie.
No, I like Jughead. But I like the original comics and stuff. But
Whoa.
like
Trippy screensaver, man.
I watched it one time through and I loved it, and I've watched it again multiple times already.
Oh, there's the
While I'm watching the new
The
season.
Descent. We need to do an episode on The Descent.
No, I don't want to.
I love that movie.
I don't.
You don't like The Descent?
I got bored.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't scary to me.
Did you ever see The Descent?
I don't think so. No.
That movie's so good. That movie's so good. I love The Evil Dead, though. I love that movie.
Yeah.
I love that series.
2 is better.
Everybody says that, but I always like the first one.
Oops.
Oops. Scream.
I like the Scream series a lot.
Scream series is great.
Not the TV series.
I
the
thought
movie
I
series.
like the first season of the Scream series was good. I liked it.
Take it. or
It looks
leave
like crap.
It looks like crap. Did you ever watch it?
it.
My,
Take it or leave it.
I guess I'm gonna leave it because I can't.
I like them a lot because it's very, very, as a logical person, it's
Mhm.
very, very human, and I like that.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
superhuman.
The series, yeah.
Yeah, it's just some guy. Trust, it's always just some guy, and he messes up and he slips up and he makes mistakes, and I love that.
Yeah.
I love
because
how it's not realistic, but it's human.
it's
Huh.
yeah.
It's not an unstoppable force that's gonna kill everyone except for the
He
main dude.
makes mistakes. He slips up. Scream, like the killer gets turned on. Like they turn on him a lot in that series.
Oh, I thought you were.
Yeah.
I thought you were going somewhere else. It sounded like you were gonna say the killer gets turned on.
He does.
sometimes.
Sometimes.
But and then there's the one really good Scream movie, I don't know what it is, where it's 2 people, and you never saw that coming.
Oh, that's
Oh, this.
all of them.
Yeah, the first one.
They're not all 2 people.
The second one is 2 people. The first one is 2 people. I think the third one is like her half brother or whatever.
Huh.
The fourth one was definitely one person.
I've never
I
watched.
No, no,
I
was
remember
it?
the 2. I remember there was one where 2 people.
It was
in-
Shaggy.
in the kitchen.
And the first one was Shaggy
Yeah.
and that other guy.
Shaggy and Jughead's dad.
That's the one in the kitchen I'm thinking of.
I
And
Yeah.
can't.
And then the other one that ends like on like a
In
On
the
a theater.
school. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the second one.
yeah.
And it's the mom
That's
and
the second one, and that's the
some
mom
guy.
and the other guy.
The
and
mom
then,
of Billy Loomis.
And then like the son. Her boyfriend was the killer, and then his bro Shaggy,
hmm
who is the actor that plays Shaggy in the live action for the listeners who don't.
I like it
Matthew
a lot.
Lillard is.
Matthew Lillard. He was in the new Twin Peaks, and I couldn't stop laughing. When he was
Really?
on screen. Yeah, he's in the new Twin Peaks.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but I couldn't take him seriously because Shaggy. and
Oh
Scream.
no, Scoob!
Oh no, Scoob! I killed someone, Scoob.
SLC Punk is one of my favorite movies.
What's-
It's so good. He's in that.
SLC
Yeah.
Punk?
Yeah,
I don't
Salt
know.
Lake City Punk.
it's
Oh.
so good.
I've been meaning to watch
never-
that, but I never
I
got
never
around
heard of
to
that
it.
It's a
one.
very good movie.
I never heard
Is
of
it? Isn't it a drama?
Sure. Could be if you wanted it to be.
Here's a list of the best horror films I found. But Suspiria.
I actually haven't seen that, but I want to.
It's really creepy.
Yeah.
It's like it's an Italian horror movie.
I know that by Dario Argento.
Yeah, Dario Argento. I show you the little like 45 I have of the soundtrack. I have a little 45 record. It's pink.
You and your vinyl.
Hey man, vinyl's lit.
I don't see the appeal. It's more
Drake, you have
expensive,
anything to weigh
and
out?
I don't think it sounds any better.
It definitely sounds better.
It
It's
does.
all right.
You can't take it with you though.
So
Yeah, I mean that's fine. If you're listening to vinyl, it's for you in your spot,
yeah,
in your little nook where you want to listen to your music or whatever, and it sounds great. And I mean, I understand it.
Yeah.
Me myself, I'm not interested because it costs a lot of money.
yeah. My collection's like over $200.
Oh.
I spent a lot of money on vinyl.
Well, yeah, I mean,
You should
it's-
see my iTunes collection. It's way more than that.
my brother works for a record label, so I mean, vinyl is something very relevant.
yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah, because it's
Me-
coming back.
Yeah.
Ish.
Oh, it is back.
Yeah.
Um,
You can't. I mean, you go into Hot Topic. You go into FYE.
It's not a hot topic.
So, at some
I
Hot
would-
Topic. Not
I
at the
would-
one here, because
I
this
would-
one here sucks.
I'd be willing to bet
I would know. I worked there.
a lot of money
Worked.
that it's in Hot Topic.
I still have friends there, but like that one,
I like Saw.
love Saw.
I'm excited for Jigsaw.
I am purposefully not watching any of the trailers, just because I don't want any spoiler. I don't want to know anything about it. I just want to go in blind.
They actually don't tell you much in the trailer, which is good.
What I,
It's usually a trope.
You
movie.
can like see the traps and stuff.
Yeah, I
but
guess.
I don't. I'm trying to.
But
Avoid
like it's
all that.
brief flashes of the trailer. What was your opinion on the Saw series, Drake?
I saw the first one when I was way too young to see it.
Oh,
My brother watched it in an apartment, and yeah, I just wasn't supposed to be. I wasn't supposed to be watching it. He was just watching it, and we were the only people home, and I had nothing to do. So I stood behind the couch and I watched it, and boy, did I not like that movie. And I mean, yeah, I get it. They're fine.
like the first one is.
I never want to watch Saw though.
The first one.
Yeah, let me throw this on.
The first one I will do that. Like the others where it gets like all convoluted and stupid, I'm like, all right, no, thank you. Yeah, I just don't. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in, like, cause it just gets dumb. Like all these other like plot elements that are trying to be clever are thrown in. I'm excited about Jigsaw, because lately all the horror movies we have, like not lately, like
Not all.
like not like Get Out and what's the other one?
It.
Thank you. It's all of it, but that's still like it is still supernatural, and it's like a supernatural type of deal, or like Paranormal Activity for years and years and years. That's what killed Saw, is Paranormal Activity, because Saw couldn't make any more money because when the
That
first
and their contrived, twisted plot.
yeah, but they stopped making money because Paranormal Activity kept coming out on Halloween too,
Mm.
and so
Well, that's the time to make scary
Yeah.
movies, though.
and then
Like that's the target.
but the fact that
release
they're
date.
making another Jigsaw is a big deal.
And just to bring it back around to Halloween real quick, is being not remade, but they're making another one.
Yeah.
Right here in Charleston.
Charlestown.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
I'm feeling pretty good about it. They
That's
got
how I feel. Drake just needs to be a permanent host.
Are you gonna replace me, Jay?
Yeah, I'm gonna replace you.
Then you guys are just gonna agree about everything. It's not gonna be interesting.
I didn't like this movie. Neither did
Next.
I. Next movie.
No, I'm looking for it. I feel good because they got Danny McBride in there, who's not only funny, but he knows his horror stuff. And they have the approval of John Carpenter. And
Yeah,
they're
well,
bringing back Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh man.
Hey, watch your mouth there, buddy. Hey now.
You're an all-star.
Get your game on.
Go play.
Why'd you say it like that? That's creepy.
Was it?
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
mean it to be creepy.
Go play.
When you say it like that, it sounds sexy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how you said it.
Are you saying I'm just naturally creepy?
Yeah.
Maybe I should snap and stalk you and murder you on Halloween night.
Yeah, that sounds like a good serial killer. He just Drake's pulling up pictures of Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, come on. You got to admit, that's a good one right there.
No, it is not a good one.
What's wrong with her?
Right there.
Tell me what.
She's a lovely lady.
She is a lovely lady. She loves horror.
Oh, dang.
No dang. I'm getting out of here now. I don't like how this has turned.
How old is she?
58.
Old.
She's not. 58 is not
How
old.
old is she?
Dying soon.
No! Mike, he's so mean.
She's on life support.
No. Oh.
Pull the plug!
Pull the plug.
Oh, this took a bad turn.
Hey Jamie, if you're listening, what can I say?
Our guests' views do not represent the views of
I'm sure she's a wonderful
our
woman.
hosts.
Really, Randy?
We're trying to record,
And
Randy.
We're trying to record a podcast, Randy.
When we finish, can I talk to you when you finish?
yes,
We're leaving that in.
that's fine. Yeah, I completely disagree with
Yeah,
what you're
I'm-
saying about Jamie
I'm-
Lee.
I'm sure she is a wonderful woman. She's
Talented.
She's probably salt of the earth.
She's probably super nice.
I think
I feel like
she
that.
seems like she would be.
I feel that
She
in my
seems like
heart
the
that
type
she's
of
super
person
nice.
like you could sit and have a coffee with.
Yeah. Then she'd tell you about Activia.
While you're drinking coffee, you're out of control.
And then, like, she'd show you. She was in Beverly Hills Chihuahua. Remember that?
Oh my, that was terrible. And then they made more.
I saw that movie in theaters
Why?
because I was a kid. I was a kid when that came out. I'm pretty sure.
You know what's crazy?
What?
When I was like 8 years old, I had a friend who would like tell me these stories about Michael Myers, and I legitimately thought, like, I didn't know about the movies. I thought he was like
A real serial
big,
killer?
no, not real, but like a Bigfoot type thing, where it's like it could be real, it could be not. It's just a superstition.
It's like blurry footage of Michael Myers walking through a forest.
But no, I had this.
We're going Myers instead of squatching. Oh, those shows are awful.
If you lay down a couple of teens having.
Fantastic.
Oh, that's what I liked about Jason Goes to Hell, Part 9 in Friday the 13th. You ever see that one?
Of course, I've seen them all. I just don't remember them.
I love that. I love at the beginning, like, it's this FBI agent undercover as a teenage girl at Camp Crystal Lake, and she, like, gets naked and
Oh, I
takes a
do
shower.
remember
And
that.
she, like, takes a shower, and, like, as soon as she puts on the towel, Jason shows up. And, like, they lure him to this FBI trap where they put all these lights on him and just blow him to hell. Of course.
Literally.
But,
Because in the next one, Jason goes to hell.
no, actually, he goes to space.
That was wait. When did Jason
He
go to
takes a
hell?
vacation.
Oh, no, he goes to hell. Did they make Freddy versus Jason? No, they made Freddy versus Jason after Jason X.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he went to space first.
Yeah. Although that's technically non-canonical.
That movie's dumb.
It is the worst. I would gladly watch Season of the Witch before I watch Jason X again.
Dude, I want to watch Season of the Witch again. Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, happy, happy
I don't know. It's just the
Halloween,
end
Silver
where
Shamrock.
the main character was it Tom Selleck?
I think so. I don't know.
He had a great mustache, so I always want to say it's Tom Selleck.
Drake, where's your IMDb now?
I'm still on Jamie Lee Curtis.
What you reading up on Jamie?
But the whole ending where like he's trying to stop the bad corporation from turning on the
And he fails.
yeah, but then it's like spoiler alert,
And he
or
fails.
what a twist! Your girlfriend was a robot.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
it's dumb.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
No.
I would challenge both of you to try and watch the Zardoz.
Zardoz?
Zardoz?
What is that? Pull it up.
I know exactly.
I've never heard of that.
It is the most confusing, hard to get through movie. But it is fantastic. No, it's not good.
It's not, no, it's not good.
Every second of it is terrible.
It's
Here's some trivia off the dome.
Off the dome, off the cuff.
That's Sean Connery, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Sean Connery. He's a Zed.
Lowest paid role he's ever had.
How much?
What is that?
200,000, I believe.
What?
What is that
Who-
costume? Is that like
Okay,
a
so
banana
here's-
hammock?
Here's the thing.
It's just a
Yeah. So here's the thing. I'm watching this movie and I'm like, why didn't they get what's his name? Give me 3 seconds.
Let's read
Burt
this.
Reynolds.
Yeah, why didn't they get Burt Reynolds to do this role? Like why?
Probably
And
couldn't.
then
They couldn't afford him.
I realized that they couldn't afford him, and they got very, very cheap Sean Connery, made him look exact. Pull up that picture and tell me that is not Burt Reynolds.
It looks like low rent Burt Reynolds in a banana hammock.
And a
It's what it is.
ponytail, nonetheless.
It's
Can we-
what it is.
Where does he keep his gun?
We,
in the
I
back
think
part of the
we
banana?
need
Sure
to
you
we need to do some editing magic and actually put this on screen for people to see.
He just kind
Because
of
this is
pulls
the
it out.
greatest thing I've ever seen.
It's a very hard movie to get through.
I don't.
I'm challenging you.
It's like James
There's
Bond
about-
went kinky.
There's about like 50 minutes of that movie that you're just sitting, like you're not watching
It's
anything.
50
on
minutes
screen.
of the movie that you're sitting.
Yeah, you're not watching anything on screen.
Dude, that's like
because
most of
it
the movie.
It doesn't make any sense. You're just like,
If we
okay.
watch it,
You're
will
like-
you come back on the show and with
Maybe.
us, please?
I honestly think I would fail your challenge because there's
I-
no part of me that has any. Because I don't
See,
like
I
bad
would-
someone
movies.
who hates sitting through something like that. It was like I was with the only thing that kept me through it was with 4 other friends. And we're just watching it and we're like, okay, that was a scene. All right, that was a cut. That was a scene. That was a scene. This isn't making any sense. These are just scenes. These are just things.
Oh, you know what I rewatched with a friend of mine? We streamed it together. It was Halloween Town.
The Disney movie.
Yeah.
It's the best.
No,
except
it's actually the worst.
It's real bad.
it's
but
okay.
It's
It's,
really
a
funny.
Disney.
No, there's
it's
this
a
one
Disney
scene-
Channel movie, so of course it's not gonna
No,
be good.
but here's what's really
it's,
funny
it's
about this.
Fun. It's
like
still
there's
a
this
fun
one
movie.
scene where the editing is so bad. Like where I hate the main I hate the main girl because she's such a little
She gets
brat.
better
She's like
as the series progresses.
slightly better. And she just goes, I'm a witch, and you're the what? I'm 13. I'm almost grown up. That's the first line of the movie.
That is every Disney character that,
that is
has
Disney character.
that has a parent involved.
That has a parent.
She
That's real. Man, that's not many of those.
no, it's like you can
But
see.
no, they do suffer from Disney
Because
Channel
there,
syndrome
there
because they
are
only have one
characters
parent.
that don't have parents that never even show up in the movie.
Most of them are just one parent.
That's
but like no,
true.
there's this
Do you know
ending
why?
where like she's trying to get the bus. She's trying to get the bus back to the mortal world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the way they cut it is like there's the 2 guys like bickering at each other. They're like one person.
Yeah,
And they're like, oh,
at the information booth.
at the information booth, like da 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 da, and then it cuts to Marnie Marnie is her name.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, right there.
What was that?
What? And it cuts to Marnie, and she goes, I'm never talking to you again, you know that, right? And like then her mom, and then it cuts back to them, and then her mom walks on screen, like looking back at her, like, ugh.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it look
Well, I was
the way
planning
it's
on
cut-
rewatching that
The way it
this
looks
season.
and the way it's cut is that she said that to the dudes at the information booth. Like they're just bickering each other, and she just walks and goes, "I'm never talking to you again.
Don't need any of your information.
I don't need any of your garbage information."
That's cool.
And then the villain's like not set up at all. Like I remember, like I'm just like watching it and like, oh, the villain's here. There's like 30 minutes of this movie left. Like they kind of like,
take him down in the like town center.
yeah,
He's like, "Oh, it's me," and they're like, "All right."
it's the man. Like you can tell he's evil because he's just like, hello, I'm obviously evil man.
Yeah.
Would you like a piece of candy?
if there's a confident, charming person, you know they're gonna be evil.
Like not even charming. He was just straight. It was the best part of that movie is
Well,
the
the fact-
skeleton,
the
is
fact that he was
skeleton
trying to
taxi
be charming.
cab driver.
That actually made me sad when he kind of was under the influence of the darkness.
Oh, when the skeleton driver?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I love that guy. He's the only guy I liked in that movie. Well, him and Debbie Reynolds.
Oh. Yeah.
I lost my mind when I found out it was Debbie Reynolds.
I lost my mind when I found out Debbie Reynolds is the mother of Princess Leia herself, Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
I
You didn't know
don't-
that?
No. I didn't know that until some.
She married Ryan Reynolds and had
I have the highest, the top score as Leia on a pinball machine.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Grand champion.
What before? I mean, we don't have. We're probably gonna.
Pinball?
I love pinball. We're probably gonna cut this and, call it a
No.
good session for. But I want
I don't
since
know.
since
I
like this
kinda
whole
wanna keep going.
Post credits.
since this whole
Post-credit,
episode has
yeah.
been about Halloween, I want to shout out to my favorite Halloween movie, Trick or Treat.
That's
Is that the one with the pumpkin?
Yeah.
With-
Is that the one?
There's a lot of pumpkins in Trick or Treat. You gotta be more specific.
There was.
Is that movie with the pumpkin?
There was one where like
No, it's not
Something
Spookly the
was
Square
like-
Pumpkin.
it was a pumpkin that was killing people, but it wasn't a pumpkin. It was like something was born out of a pumpkin or something.
Pumpkinhead.
Maybe.
I
No,
don't
it's not.
think that's.
That's not what Pumpkinhead
No.
is. Pumpkinhead is like an evil spirit.
I
I
love
love.
some pics.
I love Pumpkinhead. First of all.
Really?
Yes.
That movie is so bad.
I love it. I love Lance Henriksen.
Yeah, that's what a not pumpkin. It's just a little sack head.
Yeah, he's got like a big
That
head.
kid, that guy
I
from
thought it
Little
was-
Big Planet.
I thought it was a pumpkin. That's what I was thinking of.
Pumpkinhead is a good. It's
That's the
fun.
one with-
I don't. I
Pumpkinhead's
disagree.
a fun time.
Yeah, that's probably. I think I don't know. It's tough to say if I like that more than the original Halloween, but I mean
You like that
Bigger.
scene? That scene was out of nowhere.
I love that twist in that scene.
That was out of nowhere.
It was awesome.
I never
You haven't
watched that
seen it.
movie.
You have to watch it this Halloween. It is so. It's an okay. The guy who I can't tell you that because then you won't want to watch it.
What do you mean?
Well, have you seen
Show up at
Krampus?
some point.
The new one?
Krampus, the one that came out last year.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, same director. I thought you were gonna crap all over it like you do everything else.
No, I like Krampus.
Okay, good.
A
Yeah,
good
same
movie.
director.
A decent movie. It was bad in some parts, but
It was bad on purpose. Like the parts that were bad on purpose. The parts that were funny on purpose. The parts that were scary were supposed. I love Krampus. And I love Trick or Treat. But yeah, it's an anthology movie, kind of
Yeah, I
like
know it's an anthology movie.
yeah. So it
Did you
goes
see
through
that
like
one
the 4 different
Holidays
scenes.
where Kevin Smith directed one of them?
Most of those were garbage.
They're bad.
I did like the one with Seth Green though.
That one's dumb.
I know, but that's why I liked it. And I don't know. The one that Kevin Smith did wasn't bad, but it was one of the better ones. on
Didn't
there.
you say you did? You said you didn't like Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Yeah.
Do you like New Nightmare?
What are you on about?
Wes Craven's New Nightmare,
Of the Freddy movies?
where it was like taking place in real life,
Couldn't tell
kind of.
You
never
haven't
saw
seen
it?
it?
No.
Don't.
You ever
Doesn't-
seen any of the Fred?
Does not sound like I've seen it at all.
Dude, New Nightmare's awesome.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
I'm also just very critical of horror movies. Horror
Mm.
movies are very hard to get right.
Yeah, they are.
That's true.
Or critical of movies in general.
Hmm.
I'm like a perfectionist.
Kubrick over here.
Speaking of, I've been meaning to watch the documentary on The Shining called was it Room 2? It's a documentary on Netflix.
Do something.
Drake's face. Do something.
I watch them once. And if I need to rewatch them, I'll rewatch them.
The Shining is a good movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I would be able to make it through Zardoz. Going back to that, I think I'd be able to because I watch a lot of bad movies for fun. Like
Bad
I like
movies. Watching bad movies for fun is good if like you have something to go along with
see.
it.
I like to torture myself and just watch awful movies.
Yeah, that's if you're set up for it.
I think the
Sure.
only way I could do it is if we turned it into a drinking game so that I wouldn't have to be sober while I watched it.
we just straight up watched it. We watched it, and
Dude.
it was terrible.
It looks terrible.
I'm surprised Sean Connery didn't.
I love how he's in
It
the banana
disappeared.
hammock on the poster.
That's the least of the movie is that banana hammock.
There's someone credited as Fred, and he's one of
What about Old Scientist?
star, apathetic, death voice. Oh man, what the heck? Gee, I can't get over that.
That chest
That-
hair though.
That just looks like a discount Burt Reynolds. Oh.
Look at that,
Egos.
Burt Reynolds.
What is this?
I'm telling you, the banana hammock is the least of the movie.
We have to show this
Is
on
that-
the screen. This is a sex scene. How does this sex scene play out?
So, if I remember correctly, at least this part was a little cohesive.
Okay.
They're trying to like turn him. He's a barbarian, and they're like a different
He's a bar.
Oh, is it like Tarzan? Where it's like we have to save him.
ish, but a lot. Yeah, it's that room. It's that room that
That looks
happens
like
in.
the thing from Rick and Morty.
It's that. Well, yeah.
Did
'cause-
they make fun of this?
Yeah.
With
The
that
big-
episode?
the big cement head
Yeah.
that comes out in Rick and Morty. Yeah, that's playing off of this.
No, that looks like when Rick or the evil Morty was using evil Rick, and he had all those other Mortys pinned to the outside to act
Yeah.
as a shield, so he couldn't be found.
Not
That's-
that. They're just like looking at his memories.
That's
That.
fr-
From
that-
Rick and Morty.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's why we watched it, is because we saw that. And my friend's like, "Yeah, I really want to watch it," and then it was the worst thing. Ever.
Is that? Oh, that. Does they have a thing where it's only, like no males in that one as
Yep.
well?
Yep.
Is that where they had got that whole like story?
Yep.
That is hilarious.
That's yeah, that's great.
Super good effects. Super good. Like, watch out, Avatar. Good.
You won't even watch that.
Oh, way to rip off the Star Wars poster.
Is he
It's-
just grabbing her boob?
Yeah, he's
That's
just
what
grabbing
it
her
looked
boob.
like it's like a.
No, he's
Oh,
holding a gun.
Okay.
Oh.
He's caressing her boob with
It
the
looked
gun.
like he was. It was
We have to show these
I-
people these pictures.
I mean, I'm assuming they have access to Google.
Yeah, but I want these up on the screen, man. I mean, these are gold. These are gold.
They're sending good vibrations.
And then he's got a gun.
He's sending bad vibrations.
Oh God, what is You ever heard of Fateful Findings?
No.
Oh, that movie is amazing. That movie is hilarious. It's directed.
Okay, the poster alone looks so bad.
No, it's bad. It's really bad, and it's. I can't even
2013. Jeez.
I can't even describe to you like how bad it is.
It doesn't even
like
look
it's directed
B. Like,
and
it
edited
looks-
by that guy right there, Neil Breen,
Who also stars?
who also stars, and he's like
It's a
a
triple
Mary.
threat.
He's a Mary Sue character.
Who?
A Mary Sue.
What's that?
You know what a Mary Sue is, don't you, Drake?
I believe so.
It's like a character that has no flaws, and
Oh,
has like
okay.
all sorts of power and is really cool.
Sure.
Like there's this subplot about him like hacking into the government, and all of like his line delivery is bad. He just goes, "I'm gonna," and like since it's not set up in the movie at all, he has to like exposit it to the audience himself. So he's just sitting there hacking, and he's just and then out of nowhere he just goes, I'm gonna keep hacking into these government files to find all this national and international corruption that I know is going on."
nice.
And the end of the movie, he leaks all the files, and it's just a montage of politicians like killing themselves in the middle of speeches. Like they're all talking about, it's like, I do not want to go to jail for my crimes. And he's and that's just one part. That is just one part of the movie.
That sounds good.
No, he made like 3 of these. Like they're
sequels?
no, not sequels, but they're all different like type. There's one called I Am Here Now.
It's probably because it was so good.
And that's the title, is I Am Here Now. I Am Here, ellipsis, now is the title of the movie. And he basically plays Space Jesus. He is Space Jesus.
Are they like Christian movies?
No. He's just Space Jesus. And he's
I mean, it just looks.
it's bad.
It sounds bad.
You need to watch it. You
couldn't.
will lose
I
your
could
mind.
not.
You will it's so funny. It's so good. And then there's Cool Cat Saves the Kids.
That sounds familiar.
Cool Cat Saves the Kids is a classic.
You're losing me.
You know what Cool Cat See, I'm the only one that watches bad movies.
Yep.
We got
And I
Drake,
thought-
who's like super critical. You who watches it just because you like movies, and then me, I'm just like, this looks awful.
And I thought I
Let's
was a
watch it.
masochist.
You guys see Devil Inside?
Devil
Devil
Inside.
Inside.
I mean, directed by NXS.
Me, I don't know.
Pull it up.
That was a joke about the song by NXS.
Oh, I don't know that song.
When you said that, I thought.
Yes, you do.
I thought
if you heard it, you would know it.
I thought The Devil and In I by Slipknot because I'm bringing it back.
Yeah.
Love Slipknot.
Devil Inside is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Zardoz
Yeah.
was better than
I think
The
I've
Devil
seen
Inside.
that.
Really?
Yes.
That is scary to me.
Oh, I have seen that. It wasn't. I mean, it's not the
Okay,
worst
so
I've ever seen, but it's not good either.
It is the worst because it is everything that is a complete waste of your time.
It's your. I mean, it's your typical possession movie.
Not barely, because you're watching stuff, and that's what it feels like it's gonna be. It feels like what it's gonna be about, and then when the movie starts, the movie ends.
Yeah, because like it starts with her killing herself, right?
I don't
It's
remember.
it's been a while since
I don't remember
I've
how
seen
it starts, but it basically starts like, oh, this is a possession movie. There's crazy, wacky stuff going on, bunch of nuns and stuff. And then when stuff gets interesting, when it's like, okay, someone has gotten like possessed and this thing's about to go awry, the movie ends. And it's like, go to this website to find out what happened after that. It's like,
It's
You have
all
I
real.
don't remember that.
yeah, you have completely just wasted my life.
That's
I can see why that would be a sour experience.
The worst.
But I didn't have that
The worst.
myself.
6% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't like Rotten Tomatoes,
Oh, so it's as good as the Emoji Movie.
but I stand by them for that.
I'll stand by it. They gave Alien Covenant a 71.
Yeah,
I don't agree with that.
we know.
Alien Covenant was
You said that like every
They gave
episode.
Home Alone 55.
What?
That's crazy.
Dude, I hate Metacritic because Predator has a 32.
You
Predator.
I think you said that on here
Yeah,
before
but
too.
like Predator 32?
Yeah.
Really?
No,
Predator's rad.
it is.
Yeah, I don't like critic websites.
I don't like critics. Period. Like I don't think it's cool that people get paid so much money to crap on other people's art. Like
That's my
even
dream.
if
That's my dream.
I mean, I think it's fine, but it's a weird position to take where, I don't know, people are so quick to just completely denounce a movie and
Mhm.
just tear it apart and say all of this work that you've done is absolute garbage and trash and it means nothing. Whereas you would never do that for like other things that people do creatively.
Well, that's not necessarily true because food critics are brutal, music critics are brutal.
They
Art
can,
critics
no,
are brutal.
They can be brutal. With the movies, it's like people just no hesitation at all. No hesitation at all. The average person doesn't eat smoked salmon and go, "Oh, that was a little bit dry," blah 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 blah, and just tear into it. Movies,
They do though. Have you heard of
Everyone-
Yelp?
everyone. Well, yeah, if you have a bad experience, you get a little angry. Everyone can go to the movie and be like, "This is just despicable."
Well, here's the thing: is like, would you say then, with that that's a iffy position because then you just said The Devil Inside was like the worst piece of garbage ever.
Yeah, because it was.
Well then,
I would say that to the director's face because I believe in it.
well that's good. I would say that to
If oh Christ. if
DJ just showed us a picture of the Michael Bay.
who directed Halloween? Carp.
John Carp, Mr.
Uh,
Carp, Magic
yeah,
John
I would-
Carpenter.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I absolutely would not say, "Hey, I think your movie's like, all right, it's okay." I mean, it was very good then, but not good now.
Yeah.
I would say, hey, good work. You really pioneered a lot of stuff. I mean, but The Devil Inside, no sympathy. I will tear you to the ground.
I can understand that.
I would be if I got a chance to talk to Ridley Scott, I'd be like, what the heck happened to you, man? Like what happened?
From the Covenant,
yeah,
I think Covenant was all right.
it was bad.
I think it was all right.
It was
but,
bad. I don't know if you listened to the first
I'm
episode. Jake.
honestly so tired
I
of
didn't.
defending it that I've just given up with you.
See, if
one instance in the movie
Because you won't let it go.
I
that
can't.
that was very, very bad. Something that like almost basically ruined the movie for me was, here comes spoilers.
We love spoilers.
At the very end,
No.
when they're flying the ship out of there,
Yeah.
the aliens underneath,
Yeah.
and what's his face?
Oh,
Usually does comedy.
Danny McBride.
Yeah, he was. He says something along the lines of like, "Oh, we've got company."
Yeah.
That's his first time seeing Alien ever
Yeah.
in the entire film. He doesn't know what this thing is.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what the threat was, what it looks like, what it's capable of.
Yeah.
He sees this giant menacing thing attached underneath the ship, and he just goes, "Oh, we got company." He doesn't go, "What is that?"
Because he's
My
flying
favorite
a
is that-
giant space
my favorite
vehicle
is that,
and he's
like,
alerting
my
the
favorite is that the
I-
emotional
No.
connection between
If
everybody
you-
on the ship
if you
is so
saw
minimal
that-
that they have to go, that they remind you over and over and over and over again, hey, that's my wife. That's my wife. That's my wife you're talking about. My wife. My husband. That's my husband. That's my wife. That's my husband.
My husband's
That's
dead.
That's my wife. That's my wife. She's married to me, by the way, audience. I'm married to her.
I just want to point out that on the whole Rotten Tomatoes thing, Jared Leto says that the legendary Rotten Tomatoes is the most feared outlet in the entire world of cinema, the crusher of dreams and bringer of nightmares, the supporter of hope. I think that's kind of funny.
Because idiots give it power.
Also because
They'll be like, "Oh, that
I'll-
got that
I
got
won't
a
listen to
43."
anything. I won't listen to anything from Jared Leto because he's. I don't like Leto.
People.
Why?
This is
Because of the Joker?
yeah.
That's it?
Well, not like him as an actor. I just hated that movie a lot. I really hated that movie.
Okay,
I
but
just
like,
didn't see
why hate him?
He was so edgy.
What did he do?
Because like his Joker was like, look at me, I'm edgy, crazy boy. Look at all these tats. I'm
sure it
so
wasn't-
edgy.
I'm sure it wasn't all his choice.
I
It's
get.
the character he was given.
Mm.
Probably did the best he could with it.
I don't know, man.
Unless he was like, "This is how he's gonna look. This is how he's gonna be."
Well, I believe he's like, this is how we're gonna be. And he did all those rumors and be like, oh, I'm like being like in character on set. It's dumb. Like he's you know.
Hey, can I come to the back row now?
Yeah, he's been sitting. You've been sitting in that in that second to back row.
My
For a long
neck's
time.
really hurting turning around this way.
I don't know, DJ. What do you think? You think he's worthy of being in the back row?
I do.
All right. Well, yeah, you can come up here.
Because
You
I'm
can come up here and
nice.
sit down. I think. But yeah,
Just jump over.
just jump over. Don't let the usher see you though.
He looks scary.
His name is Randy.
He always causes trouble.
Randygrams. All right. Well, do we have any? I think we're winding down.
Yeah.
This is a good long episode. We talked about.
Very
We
long.
actually talked about everything we wanted to say about Halloween, and then we had enough time to talk about other stuff.
We did.
That's the fastest we ever done. That's
And
good.
a couple interruptions and very few edits that we had to make. So
Yeah.
I'm very happy with this.
Drake
episode.
might be our good luck charm.
Stop spitting on me, you
No.
dink.
I didn't spit on
You-
I could show you spitting on you. I can spit on you.
If liquid comes out of your mouth at any point, it's spitting.
You suck.
And you spit.
I don't need you just calling me out in front of my entire audience.
If you don't want to get called out, then stop spitting on me.
I can't control it. I can't control how my mouth works.
I think the audience can
You
tell
make
because of the
fun-
way you talk.
Do you have any final thoughts for us, Drake?
He took off his glasses for this.
Serious.
This is gonna be heavy, man.
Activia!
I think that's all we need. That's perfect.
I'm just happy you didn't make fun of her for being what do they call it? But it's like both sets of genitalia.
She is?
No, it was everybody used to always make fun of her because it was a rumor that she was
A hermaphrodite.
That's it. Because people used to say, "Yeah, go eat your hermaphroditic yogurt." And I love that joke, but I hate that they were talking about Jamie Lee.
That's so mean.
I know.
But thanks for being on the show,
Yeah.
Drake. It's a pleasure having you.
Cool.
Sit there in the background and then say things occasionally.
He did a lot more research than you ever do.
He did. He was, yeah. Making me look bad on my own show.
That's not hard.
Apparently not. But, all right, well, thank you, Drake.
Yeah.
And would you be interested in joining us again?
Possibly, yeah.
All right, cool. DJ, you have any final thoughts?
I do. I hope everyone has a great Halloween and is safe. Check your candy. Don't blow out your pumpkin until after midnight. It's two of the many rules of Halloween. And watch some scary movies, because that's the best way to
I
spend
requested
time.
Halloween off. I like when I was at work yesterday, I just wrote, Jacob needs Halloween off. Like, underline. Put that in the office, and I was like, Halloween off. Give it to me, or I just won't come in.
I have a whole day planned for Halloween.
Cause like I've worked like every single one of the holidays so like
of this year.
of this year.
Since he started working
Yeah.
for the clown.
Yeah, I worked St. Patty's Day, July 4th, Labor Day. I didn't work Labor Day. Well, did I work Labor Day? I don't know.
Probably.
That's not even a major holiday. I worked on Columbus Day. Columbus Day sucks, man. Hey, let's celebrate the guy that murdered everyone.
But yeah, just hope everybody has a fun, safe, semi-scary Halloween.
That's so sweet of you. You're such a sweetheart.
It's the best time of the year. Screw Christmas.
By the way,
I also love Christmas. Not as much as Halloween. Forgive me, Christmas.
my final
Don't screw
thought
you.
is that Alien Covenant is garbage. Okay,
Stop,
guys.
just let it go.
Okay, guys. Thanks for listening.
So
We'll see you
hung
next
up.
time.
Such a baby.
You're a baby.
Only when I want to be.
Nice.
I don't even know what that means. I just said it.